A warm welcome to all my students. Today I'll continue with Indian land resources. In this chapter, we have learned already land use pattern of India, agriculture in India and its importance, types of agriculture in India, crop season and cropping pattern. Today we will be learning about major crop of India, role of Hearty culture and Flowery culture. We have already learned these four topics. That is land use pattern of India. In this we learn what is land use and we learn 7 classification of land use pattern. In that first we learn net, area, zone. Second, forest area. Third one, land which is not used for cultivation purpose. And next one, cultivable wasteland, fallow land. And these are the land for miscellaneous uses. So these were the classification which we learned about the land use pattern of India. The next one, agriculture in India and its importance. We learned what is agriculture and its importance. In that we learned main livelihood. The next we learned about the tertiary sector, industry sector, and we also learned food and fodder. With that I told you 2 more points to be remembered regarding the increase in national income and revenue and political and social situations. And next we learn types of agriculture in India, that is types of farming we have learned. In that we learned about the different types of farming, subsistence farming, intensive farming, humid farming, dry farming, irrigation farming, mixed farming. These are the different types of farming we learned it. And next one after that we learned about crop season and cropping pattern. In cropping season we learned about the 3 agriculture seasons, Kharif, Rabi and Zaid. And cropping pattern we learned about, that is regarding a proportion of an area under different crop at a given time is called cropping pattern. And cropping pattern differs from one region to another region. And the factors also we learned geographical factor and socio-economic factors. And today we will be learning about major crops of India, role of horticulture and floriculture. So these are the topics which we are going to learn in this session. Major crops of India. A wide variety of crops are grown in India and those are food crops, commercial crop, oil seeds and plantation crop. So these are the different types of crops grown in India. We have different types of variety and those varieties are food crop, commercial crop, oil seed and plantation crop. These are the crops. And each crop you will be learning now detailing about it. The first we will learn about the food crop here. Food crops. A crop which is grown to provide food for the people. This crop is being cultivated mainly for the purpose of food. It is cultivated for the purpose of food for the human. So we call it as food crops. So here you have few examples. Seeing this picture you can analyze what are the example of the food crop. So what is it, children? Wheat, barley, corn, rice. So these are the important food crops. So remember, food crops means a crop which is cultivated for providing food for the people. And that is called food crop. And I have given you few examples. Seeing this picture you can remember better. The next we will be learning about food crops here. So first food crop we are going to learn about rice. It is a staple food of the people in eastern, southern and southwestern parts of the country. Staple means the main food crop. It is a routine crop. Routine food it is. So we call it as staple food people in eastern, southern and southwest part of India. And we will see the climatic condition of growing rice. That is geographical feature of rice. The first one is it comes under Kharif crop. The next one is it is primarily a tropical crop. And next one is the temperature the rice requires to grow a rice crop is 18 degree to 25 degrees centigrade. And the rainfall what it requires is 100 to 200 centimeter per year. So first remember the geographical feature of growing a rice. The first one is Kharif crops. It is a Kharif crops. And next one, it is primarily belongs to a tropical crop. And the temperature it requires is 18 degree to 25 degree centigrade. And the rainfall it requires, heavy rainfall, 100 to 200 centimeter per year. So have you understood this, children? Geographical features? The next, the most important, the soil required for growing rice, that is paddy cultivation. For the paddy cultivation, the rice which is required is here alluvial and clayey loam soil are the two soil which are required for the paddy cultivation. And the most important, this is the important geographical which is important for cultivation of paddy. So remember, paddy can be grown mainly in a plain area. The main reason is they should always in the paddy cropping we require standing water. Whenever we cultivate paddy, we require standing water. The completely you will see the land is submerged with the water and you can then only cultivate the paddy. That is the most important you have to remember in the paddy cultivation. Next one you will see West Bengal is the largest producer of rice in India and the other states are Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Odisha and Karnataka. So these are the places where we grow paddy, rice. Is that clear? So which soil is required for growing paddy? Alluvial and sandy, loamy soil. That is clay, loam soil. Is that clear, children? The next one is you have to remember it requires standing water. So mainly it is grown in a level land and with the help of irrigation is necessary for cultivation of paddy. And mainly it is grown in the largest producer of a paddy is West Bengal and the other states are Andhra Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, Odisha and Karnataka. This is a picture of paddy cultivation. You can see the picture here. It is paddy which is grown in this land and for the cultivation of paddy we require standing water till the harvest. Is that clear, children? The next we will learn about the wheat cultivation. Wheat. Now this is the second important food crop in India and it is a staple crop in north and northwest part of India. And here you remember it is a temperate region. This crop is mainly cultivated in the temperate region and the temperature what it requires is 10 to 15 degree centigrade and the rainfall it requires 50 to 70 centimeter and the best soil to grow the wheat cultivation is heavy loam and black soil are the best for the cultivation of wheat. So first thing is, this is a Rabi crop, and it is a crop of temperate region, and the temperature it requires is 10 to 15 degree, and the soil it is heavy, loamy, and it is also requires black soil. It can be cultivated even in the black soil, and the rainfall it requires 50 to 70 centimeters per year. Is that clear, children? So first one is, it is a Rabi crop. The second point you have to remember, temperate region, and the next one is 10 to 50 degree centigrade, and temperature it requires, and the rainfall it requires is 50 to 70 centimeter per year, and the soil, if you see, loam and black soil it requires to grow the wheat cultivation. And it is mainly concentrated, in the beginning itself I told you, it is mainly concentrated in North India. So you can see in the northern plains including Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and northern part of Karnataka. So which are the places it is mainly grown? In the northern place including Punjab, Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and northern part of Karnataka. And the Uttar Pradesh is the largest producer of wheat. Rice I told you, West Bengal. Wheat is Uttar Pradesh. The next one is, if you see, India stands second largest producer of wheat, and the first one is China. Is that clear, sir? First China, second is India, is the second largest producer of wheat in the world. So I told you which are the states produce the wheat, and the next one I told you which state is the largest producer of wheat. It is Uttar Pradesh, and India stands second producer of wheat in the world, and China is the first. And you can see here the picture of a wheat and the wheat field. The next we will learn about commercial crops. Commercial crop, a crop which is mainly grown for sale, that is for market purpose only. These crops are cultivated. The previously we learned about food crop, which is used for food, which is used for the food for the people. But here commercial crops are mainly grown for the purpose of sale or for the sale in the market. So here you can see they have given few examples of commercial crop, and those are sugarcane, cotton, tobacco, oil seeds. So these are the example of commercial crop. You can see the picture, sugarcane crop, cotton, and then different types of oil seeds are being seen here. And the next one is tobacco. These are the example for the commercial crops. Next we will learn about sugarcane. This is one of the commercial crop. About that we will learn it. The first thing is, you remember, it is the most important commercial crop of India. And it is the largest, India is the largest producer of sugarcane in the world. So first is Brazil, second is India. So India stands second and Brazil stands first in the production of sugarcane in the world. And the next one is, sugarcane is a native of India. That means first it was cultivated in India. That is why we say sugarcane is a native of India. Different types of product are being produced with the help of sugarcane. Sugar, gur, kandasari. So these are the products which are produced from the sugarcane. So first thing is, you have to remember, it is a commercial crop. And India is the second largest producer of sugarcane. And the first is Brazil. And sugarcane is a native of India. And next you have to mention which are the product produced from the sugarcane. Is that clear, children? The next we will learn about geographical feature of sugarcane. First one is annual crop. That means it is grown for the whole year. And the next one is it requires irrigated areas. Without the irrigation facility, sugarcane cannot be cultivated. It requires heavy rainfall as well as irrigation facilities because it is an annual crop. And the temperature it requires 21 to 26 degree. So remember 21 to 26 degree it requires. And the next one is the rainfall it requires is 100 to 150 centimeters. It requires 100 to 150 centimeters. And the next one is you have to remember what type of soil do a sugarcane requires. If you see alluvial and loamy soil. So these are the soil it requires. And the next one is where is a sugarcane concentrated. Almost all the parts of India sugarcane is grown. The most important places if you see it is Uttar Pradesh, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Gujarat and Andhra Pradesh. In these are the places where sugarcane is being cultivated. But almost in all the parts of India it is being cultivated. But these are the important places. So remember first one is it is an annual crop and it requires irrigated area. That means irrigation facility. And next one is temperature it requires 21 to 26 degree. And the next one is heavy rainfall. If you see how much centimeter it requires, 100 to 150 centimeters. And next one regarding the soil, that is alluvial and loam soil it requires. And I have told you which are the state produce sugarcane. Next one is we are talking about tobacco, which is also one more commercial crop which is produced only for the purpose of sale. So here if you see it is a cash crop which you can call it as commercial crop. And here through tobacco is mainly used for smoking like BD, cigarette, cigar, etc. It's used for many other purposes. Mainly for smoking it has been used. And the next one is it is a tropical crop and the temperature it requires 21 to 23 degrees centigrade. And the rainfall it requires 50 to 100 centimeter of rainfall a year, per year it requires. So first one is it is a cash crop and the temperature it requires 21 to 23 degrees centigrade. And the moderate rainfall for this is 50 to 100 centimeter. Is that clear, children? And the soil what it requires. A sandy loam soil is the sand which is required for growing tobacco. And next one is in which other place it is being cultivated. Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra and Bihar. In these places we have concentrated in cultivation of tobacco. And now India is the third largest producer of tobacco and fourth largest exporter. That means we are also exporting tobacco to other countries. And in that we stand fourth. Whereas producing of tobacco we stand third. While we are exporting it to other country, we are standing in the fourth position. So remember the temperature, what it requires, the rainfall and the soil and in which other place it is cultivated and the position of India regarding tobacco, and it is also standing fourth in exporting tobacco to other countries. The next we will learn about fiber crops. A crop which provides a raw material for which industry, children here? Textile industry. Fiber crop means it is mainly The crops are produced for which industry? Textile industry. Those crops are mainly cultivated for the textile industries. So, which are the two main fiber crop if you see? Cotton and jute. So, this is the cotton crop and here is a jute children. So, mainly these are required for the textile industries. So, next we will learn about cotton. Cotton, if you see, cotton is the most important raw material for cottage industry, that is cotton industries. And here it is a fiber crop. And here you will see it is a tropical as well as subtropical crop it is. It is tropical as well as subtropical, and the temperature it requires is 21 to 24 degrees centigrade and 50 to 100 centimeter of rainfall in a year. And the most important, remember about the soil, black soil. The soil which is required for cultivation of cotton is black soil. And what type of crop it is? Kharif crop. Is that clear, sir? So remember, cotton is coming under the category of fiber crop, and cotton is mainly cultivated for the cotton industries, and it is a tropical and subtropical crop. It is a kharif crop. Now we have to see the temperature and the rainfall it requires. Temperature is 21 to 24 degrees centigrade. And rainfall will be 50 to 100 centimeters in a year. So which are the places concentrate in the cultivation of cotton? It is Gujarat, Maharashtra, Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are the major producer of cotton. So here if you see it, where we find the black soil, we have concentrated in those places cultivation of cotton. So these are the places where we find black soil. So remember, we have concentrated in those places cultivation of cotton. And the next one is, in India as the largest cotton growing area is, so we are the largest producer but we stand third in the world. Is that clear, children? We are standing in the third position in cultivation of cotton. Next we will learn about beverage crops. Beverage crops are used to produce stimulating drinking, and the example for it are coffee and tea are the most important beverage crop in India. So this is a picture of a tea plantation and here is a coffee plantation, children. And these are the two examples for beverage crops which are used mainly for drinking purpose. Next we will learn about the cultivation of tea. Tea is the most important and cheapest of all the beverages. The next you have to remember, India is the second largest producer of tea next to China. First is China, then it is India. India is the second largest producer of tea in the world. And this is a plantation crop, that means a single crop it is. And it is a tropical and subtropical crop. Tropical and subtropical. Temperature if you see 21 to 30 degree centigrade, and the rainfall it requires 150 to 250 centimeter in a year. So what type of crop it is? Tropical and subtropical crop it is, and the rainfall it requires is 150 to 250 centimeter in a year. Temperature is 21 degree to 30 degree centigrade. The temperature what it requires. The next we will see the best. It grows best in deep and fertile soil which is rich in humus, that is organic matter. The dead plants and animals, we call it as humus. If you see, it is mainly cultivated in the hilly slope and the altitude is 1,200 to 2,400 meters. So it is mainly grown in hilly region only. Tea cultivation is mainly concentrated in a hilly region and the altitude should be 1200 to 2400 meters where tea cultivation can be done. And it is mainly concentrated in Assam, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. In the hilly region only. It is grown in the hilly regions. And the altitude what it requires is 1200 to 2400 meters. And the soil will be rich in humus, in organic matters. So next we will learn about the most important horticulture and floriculture. We are going to learn about the horticulture and floriculture. So now we learned about food crop, commercial crop, fiber crop and beverage crops. Food crop we learned about rice and wheat. After that we learned about the commercial crop, sugarcane and tobacco. And next we learned about the fiber crop. In that we learned about cotton. The last one we learned about beverage crop. It is about tea we learned it. The next we will learn about horticulture and floriculture. By this picture you could have understood that what is horticulture and floriculture. We are talking about cultivation of fruits, vegetable and flowers. We call it as horticulture and floriculture. Cultivation of fruits, vegetable and flowers. First we will learn about horticulture here. Horticulture where we are concentrating in cultivating fruits, vegetable, flower, medicinal, aromatic plants. These are what is being cultivated in horticulture. Horticulture where we cultivate fruits, vegetable, flower, medicinal and aromatic plants. Aromatic plants are mainly used for producing perfume and it is also used in cooking also. The next one is why we are giving so much importance to horticulture. The most important is it is profitable and we try to use maximum level of natural resources and it also generates employment opportunity, skilled employment opportunity in rural area. So that is the reason why we give so much importance to horticulture. First one is we can gain more profit in it and we try to use maximum level of natural resources and it also generates skilled employment opportunity in the rural area. For this purpose only, the horticulture is given so much of importance. And moreover, we have a wide variety of climate and soil which are good for growing the horticulture. So that is the reason why we concentrate on the horticulture. Horticulture is mainly produced in different states in India. India stands second largest producer of fruit and vegetable next to China. That means China is first and India is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetable. And nearly the global production of fruits is 11%, vegetable is 7%. When you compare with the world, we produce nearly 11% of fruits and 7% of vegetable. So India is standing second and first is China and we produce 11% of fruits in the global production and 7% of vegetable in the global production. Next we will learn about which are the states producing the horticultures. That is Andhra Pradesh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. So these are the places which concentrate on the cultivation of horticulture. The next we will learn about floriculture. Can you see those beautiful flowers, children? So that means I am talking about cultivation of flowers. So we call it as Flowery Culture, where we are concentrating on the cultivation of flowers. So cultivation of flowers had gained a commercial purpose. It started gaining more importance nowadays. And since the time of immemorial, that is from the olden time itself, the floriculture was concentrated. And the mainly why do we give so much importance to floriculture? The main reason is generating income, that is profitable it is. At the same time providing employment opportunity for the rural mass. So that is the reason why we concentrate so much on the floriculture. One, generating income, as well as it also provides employment opportunities to rural areas, even for the women. It gives more importance for the women, especially for the women. And moreover, the flowers are exported to different countries from India. So we grow different types of flowers here. So here agroclimatic conditions are very suitable for the cultivation of variety of flowers, and we can see different types of traditional flowers are grown here. The traditional flowers, you know that marigold, crossandra, jasmine, rose, these are the flowers which are concentrated in the floriculture. Not only that, we also have cut flowers, orchid, lily. These are the flowers which are grown in the floricultures, and they have gained more importance, and these flowers are exported to other country. So this is the importance of floriculture. Mention those flowers which you can remember and you can write about it. And the main reason of floriculture concentrated in India, because it generates income, provides employment opportunity, especially for women, and it is exported to other countries. These are the 4 points you have to remember about floriculture, and mention the flowers which are grown in the floriculture. That is common traditional flowers you have to mention, as well as cut flowers which are grown in the floricultures. So here are the pictures. You can see different types of flower which are grown under the floricultures. Can you see, children? Crossandra, marigold, jasmine, and you can see orchid here, lily, rose. So these are the flowers which you can see here. So these are the flowers which are concentrated mainly in the floriculture. The next we will start with the assignment. Here the first question regarding the assignment is, what are the conditions required for the sugarcane cultivation? As I told you, sugarcane is a native of India, and it is an annual crop. And we produce different types of product from sugarcane. I told you which are those products: sugar, gur and kandasari. These are the products which are produced from the sugarcane. Here, after mentioning all this, you have to mention the geographical features which are required for the cultivation of sugarcane. So first one is, it is an annual crop, and the temperature it requires 21 to 26 degree. It requires, and heavy rain 100 to 150 centimeter it requires. And the next one, the soil will be alluvial and loam soil it requires. Second question, what are the beverage crop, and give example. So here you have to write what is beverage crop. That is, it is mainly used to produce stimulating drinking. So it's called as beverage crop. And the example are coffee and tea. I had explained about detailing about tea, about that also you have to write. So remember, children, it is mainly used to produce stimulating drinks and are called beverage crop. And the example for this, coffee and tea. And you have to remember, you have to explain about the tea. The next third question of the assignment we will learn now. The third question was, Explain the role of horticulture in India. This is about, we are going to explain about the horticulture in this. Explain the role of horticulture in India. So here you are going to explain the role of horticulture. First you have to write what is horticulture. Horticulture is where we concentrate on cultivation of fruits, vegetable, flowers and aromatic plants are called horticulture. And after that you have to write what is the importance of horticulture. Why do we concentrate so much on horticulture? The main reason is it generates profit. And next one is generates employment opportunity, maximum utilization of natural resources, and it is suitable for variety of climate and soil. That is the reason why we give importance to horticulture. Is that clear, children? And this is the end of this lesson. Thank you. We will meet in the next session with a new lesson. Thank you.